Good morning, campers, and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all a little bit of information on some medical supplies that you need to gather since shit is already hitting the fan, in a way of speaking. Hello everybody, and as I mentioned earlier, shit is basically already hitting the fan, in a way of speaking. Not literally hitting the fan where we're in worst case scenario, but we're getting to the point to where food is getting wiped off the shelves, the coronavirus is spreading faster than they can come up with a cure. We've got hundreds of thousands of people being infected. Some are recovering, most are dying. But we don't know exactly which way this virus is going to take and what turns in our future is going to actually be unveiled. So in a way, we need to have a medical gear, basically kit, set up. And this will be part of the sector kit series that I've been creating. So just in case you need some medical supplies, since China is threatening to cut us off of our medical, all of our medical painkillers or fever reducers, any medicine that is produced in China, and send us into a sea of coronavirus, as they say. Now, since the virus has originated in China and spread throughout the world, and since the Chinese government did not actually inform the world before it got really bad, until it got to a really bad situation where it started being noticed, things have been going spiraling downhill after that. The food on the shelves have been getting wiped out, as you saw in previous videos. Medical supplies are running out across the world, as some news reports said, and I'll put the links below. And we've got issues arising left and right. So it would behoove you to actually gather up your medical gear at the moment. Stock up for at least a good year, because we do not know what exactly is going to be taking place. Now, I cannot tell you what medical gear to grab, what painkillers to grab, what type of allergy medicine to grab, what type of flu medicine to grab. You know what works best for you, but just take what I'm telling you, apply it to what techniques work the best for you, and you'll be set in case shit gets worse, and in case we go into a darker age as we are slowly heading. So let's begin, and let me show you what gear I've got, and let the tutorial begin. As I mentioned before, we are going to be talking about some of these items that we are going to need to be putting into our medical box that I'm going to be creating. We're going to be putting our medical cross on this puppy eventually. But right now we are going to talk about a few of our items that I recommend getting built up into your case, just in case things get worse and our medical supplies do get cut off and we are not able to buy any more from the store. Like I've told people many a times, it's better to have it and not need it than not to have it and desperately need it. That goes with ammunition, weapons, medicine, food, non-perishables, and other sorts like that. So let's begin with some of the stuff that we have here. But before we begin, I'm going to actually recommend, when you buy medicines, do not buy any medicines that is basically Benadryl or sleep-related style medicines that has this certain ingredient in it. Right here, as you can see, if the camera will focus, right here, it's not focusing. So I will try to zoom in the video there so you can be able to see, but there's this ingredient. I'm not even going to try to say it. It sounds like dihydramine, or however you say that medicine right there. But this medicine here has been reported to actually cause memory loss and dementia in people. Now, this is normally found in all your Benadryl style medicines and sleep aids. So when you buy your medicines, do not buy medicines with that ingredient in there unless that is your only option left, unless you don't mind having memory loss or dementia later on in life, and that could cause other issues. So we are going to not be putting that into our medical gear. But as you can see, I've got a first aid kit here. I recommend buying you some smaller first aid kits that's got a lot of bandages and other stuff in there. Always get extra band-aids slash gauze wraps, other things, items like that. We've got our cold and flu multi-symptom medicines, stuff like that. We've got our rapid release pain relievers, basically like an aspirins, but it's basically a rapid release form of Tylenol. And then we've got our ibuprofens. I've gotten 4 of them. We've got our sinus relief, basically other forms of allergy medicines for flu-related symptoms. We've got our Zyrtex for allergies. We've got our Sudafeds to keep the drainage from going to our lungs at nighttime. And for the kiddos, we've got Dimetapp, children's Motrins for fevers, Dimetaps for allergies, and I got me my caffeine, which will help, keep me awake in case we need to stay awake for longer periods of time. And then I've got a medical random kit that I've had here for a while, and within this medical kit, we've got several stuff that I need to actually go through and see what's in here. We got gauze dressings, which will be handy, but maybe not needed. We've got emergency blanket. We've got other gauzes, and we've got, if you can buy yourself some medical tape, it's actually really handy. These are some that I've had open, but I've had for a while, so I'm going to be throwing them to my kit because I really don't use them that much. They actually work extremely well on holding Band-Aids on in places that Band-Aids do not like to stick. So I highly recommend having those. We've got some more bandages wraps. We've got an Ace Band-Aid, bandagement, in case you sprain your ankles. And then you've got another emergency blanket and some other pads, stuff like that. Now, unless you are going to be in a combat style situation, you don't need to grab a ton of bandages, in my opinion. Now, this is totally up to you because you know what you are going to be stuck in. But for coronavirus purposes, I recommend just your normal first aid kits, your normal basically stuff that will help reduce fevers, help fight flu-like symptoms, and help to keep your symptoms as mild as possible, because according to the doctors, this coronavirus is basically like another flu. Sorry, I'm over here adjusting the camera right now. It's basically like another flu, so therefore the symptoms, they said, are really similar to the flu, with the exception of basically the killing you off, Now, I'm no doctor, so I can't give you any medical advice, stuff like that. I can only give you suggestions. So I would tell you to basically get what you know that works best for you to fight the flu-like symptoms and to keep yourself as healthy as possible. Now, everybody is different. So like I said, with this case here, you need to adjust your kits based on you. Not based on what I tell you, based on you. This stuff here works for me and my family. You may be something totally different. Ibuprofen may not work for you. Aspirin may not work for you. Freaking Dimetapp may not work for your kids. Buy Claritin, Zyrtex, whatever types of stuff you can. Now, the doctors did say that ibuprofen somehow is not working with the coronavirus. It's actually making it worse, but if you already have the coronavirus, unless you're going to have a lung-like issues or critical conditions where it could actually affect you and kill you, then I personally don't see no issues in using it. If I have to use it, I will use it, but I'm going to use it as a last resort. I'll try to do other fever reducers instead. But if you need to, like for the Ace bandages, or any other gauzes, any other stuff like that, at least try to have 2 per person. Except for the Ace bandages, 1 per person unless you sprain both ankles or wrists at the exact same time. Try to get what you think is best for you. So, you know what's best. Like I said before, I don't need to keep repeating myself. Now, let's get ready to pack all this into our med gear, into our box, and then we're going to keep going from there. Let's start putting everything into our emergency box so we can have this for a later time frame. And so as you can see, I'm going to be packing this stuff up. Now, this stuff here, yes, I have it now for coronavirus purposes, but this stuff here I do not want to touch unless I absolutely have to. If I can go to the store and I can see that there's still some more of this style of medicine on the shelves, I'm going to buy more of it. Like I said, it is better to have it and never need it than to not have it and actually need this and be in desperate need for it at the time frame. So while the supplies last on the shelves, just go and buy it. Whether it's 1 box, whether it's 6 boxes, whether it's, just 2 boxes, whatever you decide is best for you. It's best to actually just go in there and find what you need will work the best for you. I really don't know how much more to talk about on this stuff here. It's like as you can see, my kit is piling up. Oh, Vaseline, almost forgot. Try to have some Vaseline in your emergency kit just for chapped lips, stuff like that. Unless you got lots of Vaseline around the house, it's good to at least have a couple of those into your emergency crate there. And then my wonderful caffeine. Woo, so I can be hyped up. So let's pile this in here. Now for this kit here, I'm going to actually go through this and check everything here, put them into a bag and shove them down into here. Later on, I'm going to combine both of these kits together. So, okay everybody, after a couple days of trying to figure out how I'm going to apply my red crosses to my medical kit so we can assign this box as our med box, I decided I'm going to use reflective tape here. So in using this tape, I won't have to use as much paint and as much other stuff, and then at nighttime it would be able to reflect the lights and give it a higher visibility in case of an emergency. Because for my med kits, I'm not caring about making them tactical and hidden away from society, because most med kits will be stored in main structure buildings, not in the middle of nowhere. So if someone's already invading the area, let's just say if there was a war or some situation like that, it's already too late to be worrying about is your med kits hidden away from them, so that's at least my worries compared to surviving. So I'm going to use reflective tape and put it on this box here to create my crosses. If I need to get more reflective tape, I'll grab more reflective tape. And so we are going to cut this at about a 1-inch crosses, maybe 1.5 inches, depending upon how many strips I can get out of this. If I can get 6 strips, then even better. And then we will apply it to the box. So let's begin that process. Here we are. My main critical point was to get 2 crosses. I was hoping to get 3 for the top. So I'll just grab some more tomorrow to make my 3rd cross for the top. If I decide to, I may not. And then so what we are going to do, we are going to set this up here to put the cross on the box itself. Set this up like that. We are going to get a cloth, and we are going to get some rubbing alcohol. We are going to clean the box. Our main critical spots is not the ceiling, the top of the box. Our critical spots is about the... Me, I like to have everything perfect. Like, when I mean like everything perfect, like everything like lined up, like dead on, 90 degrees. OCD like that. If it ain't perfect, I will do it until it reaches top notch quality. And then there we go. And then this is basically how the med kit is going to look. And as you can see here, let's see if we can get the right reflection there. As you can see, it is reflecting the cross for the med kit. And there we go. I decided to go with this style for the med kits, and we are going to apply this to the other side. And then our box is complete. And as you can see here, I decided instead of putting it on the other side, I decided to put it at the top in case it is down low. You want to be able to pull it out and be able to see that the med kit. And on the other side, I'm actually going to put other stencils to basically label it however I want to. So as you can see, I got this dead center here, even this way, and this way, and this way. And now we have got that one perfectly at a 90 degrees angle from the base down to the, make sure it's 90 degrees. Boom, boom. That is about dead center there. Evenly there. I know if I don't cut this 100% perfectly straight, it's not going to be 100% straight. So, but we got this good 90 degrees. A good 90 degrees, 2 3/4. 2 and a skosh under 3/4, so I'm not going to fuss about that. But now, as you can see, medical kit for the top. We've got medical signs up high and down low, and they are both freaking reflective. There and there. I mean, I thought about doing this here, but not going to worry about that. We'll change all that later. So, well, there is my medical kit, and hope you enjoyed the video. And like I mentioned before, I've got plenty more coming this way. So, just like, subscribe, and trust me, I'm going to try to keep these coming as soon as possible, once a week uploads, and I will try to make sure I give you the most accurate information. This video information actually quite helpful in case you are trying to build up your own medical kits. Now, like I mentioned before, I don't have all the supplies that I need. I need to get a few more ace bandages, at least 3 more, 1 per person as I recommend, a few more wraps, some more like other medical supplies like instant ices, a few little gauzes and other items. Now, I'm not trying to build up a combat medical kit, because I know I'm not going to be in any combat situation, but I want to prepare for every single scenario there is, and I recommend that you prepare for every single scenario that there is, because you never know how long our medical supplies will last. So now I am going to leave the link below from the article that I read where our medical supply shortages are starting to take place. And let's say if we have a second or third wave of coronavirus, then we know good and well the medical supplies are not going to last through the second or third wave of this coronavirus. We don't know what's coming to us. We don't know how bad it's going to get. We don't know if it's going to just clear up and disappear in the summer, or if it's going to actually start spiking and spreading faster. So I recommend you having this kit, building them up, locking them away wherever you feel is best, and then go back to the store and buy you a normal daily use kit. So in case the medicine does run off the shelves, in case China does cut us off from medical supplies, in case we don't have any more medical supplies in the stores, you do have an emergency kit that you can pull out, and that can last you at least a year. That's what I recommend. It's better to have it, not use it. It's better to have it on hand in case worst case scenario does get worse. And it's better just to be prepared, so that's less stress that you have to worry about when the time comes and if you absolutely need it. So, got many more videos coming, especially with springtime flowing in, summertime coming in. So stay tuned. We've got some water collection videos, water sterilization videos. We've got actually some other building structures, and we've got a few other odds and ends that I'm going to be teaching y'all. I'm slowly filming the videos, and depending upon the situation with this coronavirus, California lockdowns, and other situational stuff, will depends upon what type of videos come out and how often they come out. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Have fun now. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Like my videos if you do like them. Please share them. Get the word out. Get people informed so no one is left out to dry in case things get worse, so everyone can have the best chance possible to prepare for when shit does hit the fan for real. Even though it's already started, it can always get worse. Lotus Operations out.